Welcome to Playa del Coco, Costa Rica. The question today is Costa Rica an expensive country for a digital nomad and long-term traveler? I call a long-term traveler someone who say, okay, I will save money for 1-2 years and then I will travel for 1 or 2 years. And that person usually has a budget, and this person is to stick to that budget. In a way, it's the same for a digital nomad. A digital nomad, you have to focus mostly on your business, investing money, saving money. When this is all end, you do not want to be broke. You don't want to be the guy who travel the world and who has no money anymore and who live in a tent in the street. So priority as a digital nomad is investing money, saving money, and of course, running your business. So this being said, Costa Rica is not on the cheap side. Clearly not. By the standard of this part of the world, we can say that it's a rather expensive country, but I believe you should visit Costa Rica. It's a worthy destination. It's really an amazingly beautiful country. The people are really friendly. The culture is great. You will enjoy the local food, and it's a nice place to visit at least once. So you should visit as a long-term traveler, even if you're on a budget, you should visit Costa Rica at least once. So to come here from Europe is expensive. I paid 900 euro just to come here. The inbound flight, 900 euro. And I did it because I am not coming back to Europe. After this, when I finish here in Costa Rica, I go to Mexico, and the flight to Mexico is only a little bit less than 300 euro. So for those reasons, I say, okay, I will go to Costa Rica. And if you are a long-term traveler or a digital nomad, a good strategy is that you come here and then you visit the country, all the country in the region. You can go to Nicaragua when you finish here, then you can go to Panama, then you Belize, all those Central American countries. Once you come here, then you continue to those countries, and then you can spend a year visiting Central America. That could be a strategy that will help you save money. Initially, that was my strategy. I thought, okay, I will go Costa Rica, then I will go to Panama. But we are still in the COVID era. For example, here in Costa Rica, there is no COVID requirement, but in Panama, they ask you this and that. So I say, okay, I give up. I will just go back to Mexico, and then I will stay there for a couple of months. But otherwise, yeah, that could be a good strategy. So yeah, to come here. Then once you are here, one big cost is to travel around Costa Rica. I thought it will be really like Mexico. It's really easy to travel for very little money around Mexico. You just take the bus city to city. There is no planning to it. You can go whenever you want. You will pay low price, but you can clearly not do that here in Costa Rica. So I paid a lot of money with transportation. I mean, okay, when I arrived to San Jose, I visit San Jose, then the next destination was Uvita. To go to Uvita, I didn't pay a lot of money. I took the local bus. It was maybe 7,000 colones. It was not a lot of money. But then when I to go from Uvita to Tamarindo, there was no bus. It was really complicated. So what I had to do is that I had to take a bus to go back to San Jose. And San Jose, I finally found a taxi, and I negotiate the price. And then with that taxi, I went to Tamarindo. And also it was important for me to be in Tamarindo at a certain time. So I could not, because there is a bus that go to Tamarindo from San Jose, but it's really a long travel, and you can look online for the review. The review are not so positive. People don't like, at least foreigner, don't seem to like that bus. It's really a long travel. So I gave up on that option. I took the taxi. I paid $270. And when I was in Tamarindo, I had to go here to Playa del Coco. Also, there was no simple way to come here with public transportation. So I booked a shuttle bus, and I paid $100.24. So as you can see, there was a lot of expense just to go from one place to another place. It seems the cheapest option when you are in Costa Rica is to rent a car. Accommodation. If you are in the hostel game, you can find a lot of hostels all over Costa Rica at a decent price. Hotels are not cheap like in South Asia, and they are not too expensive. They are in the middle. I will say, for example, when I was in Tamarindo, for 6 nights I paid $230 for a 2-bedroom apart hotel. I believe it's okay. It's okay. Here in the Playa del Coco, the hotel is a little bit more expensive. So all I will say, hotel they're not. They're in the middle. They're in the middle. You have to be careful about the accommodation. Really do a lot of research and look for a good deal. Accommodation are not so cheap around here. I didn't look at the Airbnb option. Yeah, I didn't. Before I came to Costa Rica, I looked at the Airbnb option, but I found them to be expensive compared to other countries, compared to Mexico and some other destinations. So I say, okay, I will only look at a hotel and apart hotel. Apart hotel is okay, and yeah, I'm fine with an apart hotel and even a normal hotel. Food is expensive. If you go at the supermarket, you will notice that the prices are relatively high. I believe that many products are not produced here. They are coming from United States and some other country, and that's why they're expensive. There are many things that I pay €10 in Europe, and here they cost €30. So buying product in a supermarket is expensive, notably food and many other things are more expensive. So you have to be careful about the food, about your food budget. But you can eat at a reasonably good price if you eat at a type of restaurant called Soda. You have many of them, and you will pay less. You know, you can eat a typical meal called a casado. It's a big portion. You will not pay so much, and you will be well fed. And you know, in Soda they have all sorts of meal. They have pollo con arroz con pollo, arroz con marisco. You know, rice with chicken, rice with seafood, and so on and so forth. They have many options. And eating at a Soda type restaurant will cost you a lot less than eating at a normal restaurant. On occasion, you may want to go at a normal restaurant, but this will have an effect on your budget. Food are not so cheap here in Costa Rica. Be mindful about that. Tour activities. Tours are really expensive in Costa Rica. As a digital nomad, long-term traveler, you should skip them altogether, because you can do many things that you can do here for a lot of money. You can do this in South Asia for 3 times less. I mean, kayak is expensive. Many things are expensive, too expensive. So I will skip them. Maybe on you can at least go to some national park. You will pay the entrance fee. It's quite high compared to other countries, but that's the type of tour type of activity you can do. When I was in Uvita, I went to the park there, the Balena Park. The entrance is $6. That's reasonable, but you have many other parks and reserve, and the entrance is like a lot more. I wanted to do the zip line. The zip line was $68, but I can do zip line in Bali or Thailand for a lot less. So, and next year I will be in Thailand and in Bali. So leave those stuff. If you are really a long-term traveler, if you are really a digital nomad, you could skip all those activities and leave that for tourists who are here. They want to have fun and they are okay paying those things. But I will skip. Yeah, maybe you can visit a coffee plantation, but even that you will pay about like $40, perhaps more. All too expensive. I visit a coffee plantation when I was in Indonesia, in Bali. I visit the Luwak coffee plantation. It was amazing. So yeah, maybe you can maybe on your budget you can take $100 and that will be the tour. But I will not spend more, because here activities and tour are expensive. Perhaps if you do a lot of research, you can manage to find some activity in the jungle, in the rainforest for a good price. I've still 2 more weeks here in Costa Rica, so I still have to learn so many things. A good strategy to travel, I believe, as a digital nomad or long-term traveler, is then you arrive in San Jose, and then you go to the area around San Jose, maybe the mountain village of Gracia, some other mountain village, some rainforest around San Jose. And then when you are done with the center of the country, perhaps you go to the Pacific coast, you go to surfing place like Jaco. And if you go to Jaco, stay in that area, Jaco, Uvita, Dominical. I will not go up to Tamarindo, Playa del Coco, because then it will cripple your budget. I thought you choose the South Pacific, or you go to the north, Tamarindo and here Playa del Coco. But I will not do the two unless you have a car. If you have a car, then yeah, you will not. It will be easy to move around. Then when you finish the Pacific, then you can go to the Caribbean side. I go to the Caribbean side Monday, so we are Saturday, and yeah, that's my next destination there, and I will see what's going on there. I've been looking for a apart hotel and hotel there. People say it's cheaper, but I am not so sure about that. Do you research really well until you find a good deal. So in conclusion, I recommend you to visit Costa Rica. It's a great place, but you have to be careful about your spending, because this is not a cheap place. Budget everything and be careful about what you spend here. See you soon. Now I will walk on the beach, and maybe I will go at the end of the beach, and there is a nice cafe that I like. It's called Café del Corazon. It's amazing. See you soon.